What's up, everybody? This is Karak with ACG, and I'm here with Cadiz, GB, and Takedown, and we are doing the international podcast. No, we're not. We're doing the E3 live stream. I'm so accustomed. I'm so accustomed to it.
Yesterday, Karak.
Yeah, exactly. How dare you? I'm so accustomed to doing that. But thanks for everybody who decided to stop by and try to see how this works. It's going to be a lot for my PC and for everything to handle all of us streaming as well as restreaming as well as cutting up our giant melons and putting them on here. But hopefully, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. So the first thing I wanted to ask everybody was what they were hoping for from E3. So GB, is there any, or even what you're worried about?
I'm worried about more of the same. I think most of us probably feel that way. The same BS, the same nonsense that we expect from most of these conferences. But I am interested in seeing some actual gameplay of Battlefield 5, and I think that's going to be something a lot of us are going to be looking forward to.
What about you, Cadiz?
Yeah, it's kind of along the same lines. I'd like to see a new IP from EA, but other than that, something compelling, hopefully from Anthem, because if they're going to divert all that stuff from Mass Effect, I want to see if there's something that is going to draw me in, aside from fake friends on combat multiplayer.
Yeah, pretending that that's the way we all talk in a multiplayer game, which nobody talks like that at all. What about you, Takedown?
I'm looking forward to their yearly indie game they do.
Okay.
Like they did Unravel, and then I think it was Fee. So see what happens with their indie stuff.
I'm actually assuming that we're going to see Titanfall 3. So that's the one that I'm sort of interested in. I mean, I'm not like dying to see it, but I would be excited to see it and see how they're going to go about doing that, especially with all the issues that they had with Titanfall 2. It didn't do so well. I like the story or single player in Titanfall 2, so
yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we'll see how they do. Right now, we're not playing any audio from them because it's just a bunch of talking about Sims from the last thing I saw. So we don't necessarily need that. If you're in the chat and there's something you're looking forward to, go ahead and make sure you post what it is that you're looking forward to when it comes to these events, especially E3s. It'd be interesting to me also to see like how they do handle some of the indie games, because it seems like they always pretend they're going to, and then we don't really see a lot of these indie games get released, or they do and they're not necessarily the way it was set up, the way it looked originally. Microsoft also showed, speaking of like indies, didn't Microsoft show like 42 games last year? And I think we only saw like 4. It feels
there was like a broadcast streaming one that they had that wasn't PUBG.
Right.
It was like a looks like it's starting.
It looks like it's starting. Let's jump to it. That was quick. Didn't take them long.
They're ready to go.
Good music.
Oh my gosh, how cool was that? So that was Anthem. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. But welcome, everybody, to EA Play. I'm Andrea Renee, and while you might recognize me from the gaming community, I'm kind of a new face around here. So this year, EA wanted to change things up because they know that I'm both a gamer and a fan. So they invited me to come and host the show. And I think this year is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. I hope you're ready, because we're about to kick the press conference off. But before we do that, EA Play is more than just the show you're about to watch. Right behind these doors, there is a fan fest outside, and it is huge this year. It's a full 3-day gaming festival where thousands of gamers can come and play games for free. Now, inside the theater here, there are hundreds of community members from all over the world who are going to be capturing, streaming, and getting their first impressions of the games that we're going to be showing off here today. But before we can get to that, we've got some reveals, of course. We're going to kick things off with a look at Battlefield 5 multiplayer. Now, I know Trevor Noah gave you the first look. Yeah, we can clap it up. Last month, but we've got some new stuff to show you today.
Yeah, awkward
then
clapping.
We're going to move on to FIFA 19, and boy, do they have some big news, you guys. Any World Cup fans? You guys excited? Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Then we've got 2 new indie games to share, and then I'm going to come back towards the end of the show with some of my favorite developers to give you guys a nice, meaty look at Anthem. And of course, yeah, we got the woos for Anthem. I'm into it. You want to do this with me?
Oh, jeez.
Confusing the
Well,
cameraman.
wouldn't it be fun, you guys, if I told you all the secrets at once, right? Well, give him a break. He needs to just enjoy the show.
She's starting to get nervous.
So without further ado, let's get
Yeah.
things started.
Just let it go. Also, all those sound effects ripped right out of Mass Effect.
Yep.
Damn, son. Every one of them.
Could be an asset flip.
Mass Effect 4 asset flip. What are we clapping for?
What did we just see?
Exactly.
Right, it's time to kick this thing off. It's been 2 weeks since the reveal of Battlefield 5. And you know what? It's been exciting, there's been a lot of speculation, and so many brilliant remixes of a reveal trailer. But there's also been lots and lots of questions from the community. And we've heard you want to see more gameplay innovations. You want to know how customization actually works, and you want to know more about our take on the Second World War. So today, we'll show you more gameplay and why this is the deepest and most immersive Battlefield yet.
All right.
It certainly is. You will be able to dive and smash through windows to surprise your enemies.
Like State
Where
of Decay 2.
previously defenses were stationary, you will now be able to move these weapons around on the battlefield and gain advantages.
That's cool.
And our renowned distraction system is back and more.
Oh, that was
impactful
awesome.
than ever.
That's me
House
driving.
renovation.
Well, you can't really hide from those pesky tanks anymore as they come chasing you for you, as they rip through those buildings. And you will now be able to customize your soldiers, your vehicles, and your weapons, not only for the gameplay, but for the looks, as part of our portrayal of the Second World War.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg in Battlefield 5. You're going to see a lot more of our new gameplay systems here at EA Play from our community. So let's talk about our single player in War Stories.
Yes, let's do that. So we want to tell you about those untold stories that got us excited to start with on this game. It's about what you will see is really those moments of human heroism. It is about witnessing the war through the eyes of the men and the women who shaped the world forever. Real and relatable people facing the brutality of war. We started off by an exclusive look at the Nordlys war story over at the Xbox briefing tomorrow.
Thanks, Lasse. Something not to miss tomorrow. So, our launch in October is just the beginning. You will all go on an expanding journey through the Second World War. No loot boxes, no premium pass.
That's good news. That's awesome.
Every day will bring something new.
Very
and as
cool.
part of that journey, after launch, you'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
It's Royale.
What a surprise.
Everybody knew was coming.
Yeah. Ours is with cheese.
Royale reimagined for Battlefield. So we bring those pillars of Battlefield with destruction, team play, vehicles into this new experience. So we will bring you experience that you haven't played before in Battlefield or anywhere else. But more about that later this year.
So with that, it's time to show you what makes Battlefield so special. It's the unmatched intensity of our multiplayer sandbox, and this time, it's even more epic, fighting across multiple maps and modes. Welcome to your next Battlefield experience, and this is your first look at ground operations. And this time, even featuring music.
Massive, immersive, unbelievably amazing, giant levels. Medal of Honor Airborne is what that part reminds me of. Hopefully they do more of that. God, that was a good game.
That'd be a nice remake.
Oh, for sure. Somebody saw a tank crash and they were like, that's Karak driving in State of Decay. I'm like, you bastard, because that is exactly me driving.
Yeah.
Like, why wasn't this the trailer?
Yeah, man. The destruction is... Wait a minute. It's like building Fortnite.
This looks way better than that thing they showed us a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that looks good. It's all CGI, but...
Yeah. I'd watch that movie.
Yeah. Well, it did say in game though.
Yeah, that is right there.
Oh,
yeah, that could have been that could have been the trailer. That should have been the trailer from the original. That looked way better. Come on.
Yep. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Ikke en dråpe. Jeg elsker deg.
Zeus! Betcha she's fine.
That should be okay.
Pre-order skis?
That'd be awesome. If you got custom premium skis.
Quando era criança, sempre sonhei em tornar-me campeão.
I was like, what's happening? I thought it was Battlefield still for a second.
Tanks on the field.
E mesmo nos momentos mais difíceis, tu tens de continuar a acreditar. Esta é a tua oportunidade de te mostrares ao mundo. Tu és campeão.
The music is far more epic for this.
The very Michael Bay setup.
Yeah.
For the explosions.
360 pan around the FIFA player as an explosion goes off. For the first time ever, Battle Royale across 2 games.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
FIFA Battle Royale coming soon.
What was that, Kanye?
Something about being a champion.
Oh, okay.
The music.
Yeah. Very inspirational.
I didn't know you were taking us to the opera.
Yeah. That'd be great. The entire press conference is operatic.
One full 360 spin the entire time.
Yeah.
Ooh, a trophy.
This plastic model.
Premium edition plastic model.
Oh,
cup.
That's the UEFA
bonus.
Champions
The
League.
cup's this big.
The pinnacle of club football, where the world's best clubs compete, and icons of the game like Gerrard and Cruyff cemented their legacies. The world's biggest league joins the world's game. And a special thanks to the legendary Hans Zimmer and LA's own Vince Staples for collaborating with us on the trailer.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I really love the trailer because
Yeah,
it captures our
Hans.
epic vision for how the Champions League comes to life in FIFA 19. And Lena's going to tell you a little bit more about that.
As Aaron said, the UEFA Champions League is an amazing addition for the game. It's where football's biggest heroes like Ronaldo and Neymar clash every year.
Who?
And it's the place where champions rise. And you've been asking for this for a long time, and we are thrilled that it's here. And that's why we're bringing the Champions League across the game. There'll be an authentic Champions League tournament mode. Your club will chase this trophy in career mode. Alex Hunter will pursue Champions League glory in your story mode, The Journey, and in FIFA Ultimate Team, there'll be live and authentic Champions League content. and we'll share more details on that along with all our other Ultimate Team features later this summer.
And all of that's just the beginning. As you know, the heart and soul of FIFA is gameplay. And this year, we're giving you the tools to control the pitch in every moment, from your tactical approach to the match to each technical touch. And we know how passionate you are about gameplay, so we've worked hard to shape and refine our vision for FIFA 19 with input from our community. From hands-on tests with beginners to detailed feedback sessions with FIFA pros. And we're going to be sharing a lot more about gameplay throughout the summer, but what I can tell you right now is that the quality bar in gameplay was raised yet again this year. So we look forward to everybody experiencing the game on the hands-on sessions this week. And also, of course, we're extremely excited for everybody to play it when we launch on September 28th.
They're not saying no microtransactions.
And that's our FIFA 19
surprisingly, or
news,
loot boxes.
headlined by the UEFA Champions League. But I just wanted to take a minute to pause and reflect. Standing next to this trophy is a little bit surreal. You know,
sounds exactly
growing
the
up,
same as FIFA 18.
there's two iconic trophies that every young player dreams of winning.
I suppose they
For
say
your
the same
club,
stuff every year.
it's
We
this
improve
one.
the gameplay.
The pursuit of Champions League glory. But for your country, it's this trophy. The World Cup.
This one's yellow.
And with the tournament starting in just 5 days, we're excited for the world to compete for it in FIFA 18.
As you can imagine, all of us on the FIFA team can't wait for the start of the World Cup. And we want to celebrate with FIFA 18 players, which is why we've just updated the game with a free World Cup experience on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PS, PC, and Nintendo Switch. But you can take Ronaldo and Portugal to their first World Cup victory. Or you can write your own story with some great nations who didn't qualify this year. Or you can make a crazy dream a reality for your home country, like mine, Iceland. Who would have thought that a nation of only 350,000 people would ever qualify? And you can feel their excitement.
And their jumpy jumps.
I like how they got quiet. You can feel their excitement. And here's people, please be excited.
Apologies to any England fans in the room, that might still sting. And Lena isn't the only one who's excited. FIFA 18 players are loving the World Cup experience so far. But we don't want to stop there. We want to invite everyone to come and join the celebration. So I'm pleased to announce that for a limited time, FIFA 18 complete with the entire World Cup experience is available for a free trial on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and on PC through Origin Access. Yeah, you can download and play the entire game right now for free.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are a little confused by that. What, free? That's because they're going to microtransaction that cup.
So to kick off the trial, we've got some of the world's biggest creators who are going to be playing live at the end of the show, representing their nations in a little mini World Cup tournament.
And this summer will bring so much more for FIFA fans. Plenty of FIFA 18 content centered around the World Cup, and we'll bring you all the details on FIFA 19. But in the meantime, let's all enjoy the World Cup. Thank you, and auf Wiedersehen!
Whoa. So
somebody just got activated.
Yeah. We I don't know. I wonder why it's free.
How long is it free for?
Well,
You try.
Yeah, I did say trial.
So
Yeah.
FIFA 18 is the one that's already out. FIFA 19 is the one
okay,
that's
yeah. I was
launching.
like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, it's so confusing.
FIFA 19, you know, the
here we go.
FIFA community never rests. 20 million people from 60 countries playing in
He's a
competitive
James
leagues
Bond
this
villain.
year. Well, the FIFA team never rests either, bringing the Champions League and the World Cup and so much other great
Yes,
things
Mr.
this
Bond.
year. We
Look at
can't
him.
wait for you to experience it all. We've got so much to do
he was
today, but I want to welcome
He's like
you
the Sean
to
Bean
EA Play.
in
Our
Goldeneye.
third
I
EA
expect
Play
you to
and
die.
Our second one in Hollywood, and we couldn't be more
He
excited
once
to have
worked
you
with Bond,
us
but now they're
to
arch
share
enemies.
all the
Right.
games that we have to
He
show
has
you.
a vendetta against
We've got
Bond
lots
for
to do,
leaving him
but before
to
we
death.
before we move on, I'd like to share just a couple of things. The greatest disruption to the consumption of entertainment media in the last 5 years is the combination of streaming plus subscription. As consumers, watching movies, watching TV, listening to music, reading books has never been easier. And we believe that disruption is going to have a profound impact on our industry in the next few years. And so over the last couple of weeks, you will have seen that we announced a new team from Israel has joined Electronic Arts to help our investment to extend our thinking and extend our pioneering into this cloud gaming world. For many people, that's going to mean extending the experiences they already play on our partner platforms. For others, it's going to mean new games and new modalities of play across a whole variety of platforms. But for everyone, it's going to mean playing games anywhere, anytime. So this week, we've got a tech demo running. All of our games streaming in HD from the cloud to multiple devices that you'll be able to try out for yourselves.
Cool.
Now, it's not quite ready for full market prime time yet, but it is a promise of what we hope to bring you in the future. The second part of that, of course, is subscription. And we started subscription a number of years ago, and many millions of you have signed up and experienced the joy of being able to have full access to a great catalog of games. Today, we're announcing Origin Access Premiere. So three things you need to know about
another one?
Origin Access Premiere will bring you all of our new PC games, starting with Madden NFL, back on the PC for the first time in over a decade.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. That's
then
very
FIFA
cool.
19, Battlefield 5, and of course, Anthem. And there'll be many more titles in the years to come.
Early access.
Second, you get access to the Vault, our library of over 100 games from EA and other publishers.
What do you guys think?
And
How much?
Third, it will launch later this summer.
25.
So that's a little later in the year, but if you want to get started right now and
30 a month?
experience the benefits and joys of subscription, come in and play a
Some
free
people won't be
trial
willing
of
to pay
Origin
that,
Access, our base
Yes,
subscription,
people will.
this weekend. Thank you and have a great show.
Huh. So they didn't say how much it would, how much that would be. I would assume they're going to go higher than Game Pass.
Yeah. I would say at least 20.
So does that mean somebody like me has to get another Access account? Or Premiere just going to be the same thing?
One.
Yeah.
But I don't get access to Origin. I'd have to buy Origin separately, and then now they've got this Origin Premiere, which is a third one. Unlike Game Pass, where you get it on PC and console.
The second tier, like Premiere and normal.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just get Premiere without getting the original.
Yeah, I'm assuming the normal one will be like $9, which is what it is now, and then Premiere will be like $19.99 or something. Like I don't get.
Hey everybody!
Yeah, price tag.
What's up? So I'm here sitting inside the crowd at EA Play, and I just happened to find Mr. Vince Zampella here in the audience from Respawn. What's going on, Vince? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I love this stuff. I love seeing new games.
I mean, someone's super excited about that man on PC, right? Yeah. So, you guys may have seen that Vince was tweeting yesterday, and there has been a bunch of speculation. So, you want to just get right to it?
Sure. I mean, we're not ready to show all of our stuff yet. We're working on a bunch of stuff. It's amazing. The teams are kicking ass. But we wanted to bring a little tidbit. So we've been working with Lucas on getting the name and kind of the setting for what our Star Wars game is going to be, and we're going to talk about it right now.
Cool.
Oh, you guys got any guesses? I bet you the internet is going wild right now.
Say revive 1313.
Yeah.
So the Star Wars name is Jedi Fallen Order.
Woo! So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah. So it kind of gives you some idea that you'll be playing a Jedi.
So does that mean I get
Wait a minute, slow down.
Slow down, yeah.
Yes.
Do I get to use force powers?
Anything else?
Well,
There
it
will be
takes place
lightsabers.
during the dark times. Trying to be a little vague here, but when the Jedis are being hunted, so it's going to be spectacular.
So for all the hardcore nerds out there who want to know where in the timeline, between which episodes is it?
Between 3 and 4.
Okay.
So
all
wait.
right, between 3 and 4. That sounds like a nice time.
So
you
when
got
is it?
Any other tidbits?
It's not a nice.
It's a dark time.
It's a dark time.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Bad time. Does that mean it's going to just be all dark and serious?
He just said it was going to be dark. He just said it was. What is happening?
All right, so I think people are now anxiously want to know, like, when can we play the game?
It will be holiday of next year, 2019, not this year.
I don't have anything to play this fall.
Sorry to dash any hopes.
No.
But now that we know, we can set expectations. We're all going to be amped up.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm stoked.
Hopefully, we'll hear from
I would love to play a new
maybe,
Star Wars game.
maybe next year.
So they can microtransaction my helmet.
Oh, God.
It was great to see you. Thanks for stopping by the show today.
$10, you get
we do
teeth.
have a little bit more news on Star Wars, so,
So we
I'm
don't
going
get
to
to
toss it over
see
to
anything
Dennis.
regarding it. Not even a tease or some screenshots.
No, he's just like, it's awesome. See ya.
It's happening.
Yeah. Totally gonna be cool. You're gonna love it.
Hello there. My name is Dennis. I work at DICE in Stockholm on Star Wars Battlefront 2.
He already sold
I'm
that.
really happy and excited to be here today, so thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. So we launched our game in November of last year, and clearly we didn't get it quite right. So instead of coming out of the gate,
Yeah, guys who are watching,
like
we've
we really
hit 2
wanted to,
bingos
we
so
had to
far.
take a step
Or not
back
bingos, but 2 boxes.
and make sure that we were delivering the game that our players really wanted. So we decided to completely overhaul our progression system and add a bunch of new character cosmetics for players to collect instead. So from there, we added a new hunt mode inspired by the original Battlefront games that I loved personally, starting with the Ewoks on Endor. And
that was already out.
Murder.
Thank
bears.
you. It turned out to be by far the most popular update of the game, and the team loved building Ewok Hunt. So, as you might know, we're currently in our Han Solo season with content from the movie coming next week. It's headlined by the new planet Kessel, a really dangerous place, and it features the return of one of our favorite modes, Extraction.
The game always looks good.
So looking
That's one
forward
thing.
a little bit, this summer we will be introducing a new squad system to the game, which will allow you to team up much easier and play with your friends. We're also adding a new Starfighter mode focused around dogfighting with your hero ships. And looking ahead a little bit more, we will also be delivering a new large-scale multiplayer sandbox experience focused around capturing command posts and attacking and taking out capital ships. But that's not all. We know that you have been asking for new heroes, villains, and planets from a certain era that features a very iconic Star Wars conflict. So I'm excited to confirm that Battlefront 2 this year will be going deep into the Clone Wars.
Oh, all right. Well, that's still cool. I thought it was going to be. I thought he was going to say Old Republic, and I was going to be like,
no, I was like,
it's only
they
fitting
wouldn't.
that we begin on the planet Geonosis, featuring multiple levels,
Revan's return.
including the largest level we have ever built for Battlefront. So let's talk about the heroes and villains.
Yes,
First, let me introduce the most powerful droid, the leader of the most powerful droid army in the galaxy, General Grievous. And yes, he will be going up against my own personal favorite, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. Finally making his debut in Battlefront after all these years. So, but we're not done. That's not it. They will not come alone. Joining them is the Dark Lord and leader of the Separatist Alliance, Count Dooku, as well
Nobody
as
clapped.
someone to bring balance to the Force.
It's Count
Obi-Wan's
Saruman.
unruly Padawan, Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, cool.
Press X to hate you.
The team at home is extremely excited to be building all of these cool things. EA and DICE are committed to Battlefront. We had a rough start, but I really think that this game has a bright future. Thank you very much for playing the game, providing us with your feedback, talking to us. Together, we will make this the greatest game that we can possibly build. There would be no Battlefront without you. So thank you, may the Force be with you, and enjoy the rest of E3.
Once again, we could have used some video, some gameplay.
Yeah. I just think they're missing out on not doing Old Republic. Like there's a huge, unless that's what the plan is, it's some other company doing it.
Unless Disney tells them no because they don't consider it canon anymore.
Unravel 2?
Yeah, looks like it.
I wasn't a huge
yes.
fan of Unravel.
I really liked it. I think it was, yeah.
He was made of yarn, he'd sink pretty quick, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a good boat. This time Yarny's going off the chain.
Oh, okay, they're going to show more. I was like, what?
And you were done.
Hi, it's really good to see you. In Unravel, we used yarn to symbolize love and the bonds between people. In our new game, we tear that bond up right at the start. You lose everything, including your spark. But when things are at their darkest, you find hope.
Man,
and
that
you
game
form
looks good,
a
though.
new bond.
Yeah.
And your spark is rekindled. And it leads you off
Connected
on
by
an
the
adventure.
umbilical cord. That's sort of creepy.
So welcome to
So multiplayer.
Unravel 2.
Yeah.
It's a game about fresh
Unravel
starts and second chances. These two little souls who refuse to give up
Way out,
and who build
Yarn
something
edition.
new and beautiful together. And the whole game is inspired by that spirit of optimism and togetherness. You see, it's all made to be played with two characters. You can play it
Oh, I
alone,
see.
or you can play it in co-op with a friend. But there's always two characters there, sharing one yarn and working together to get through this adventure. This game
Connected
it's
by
quite
the
different
penis.
from the first. It's both friendlier and more challenging.
Don't run
But
too
above
fast.
all,
Don't run too fast.
It's a lot more playful. And we think it's a worthy successor.
That looks cool, though.
And I want to show it to you now. So I brought some help. So please welcome Michael to the stage.
Yeah.
So
What,
producer at Cold
what
Soup.
I'm wondering about is, like, if it's 1 and 2 player, how that bot's going to be handled. Like, how-
And we're going to try to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about how you can play the game in co-op with yourself, essentially.
hopefully he's really playing and it's not that fake controller. Oh, no, must be real there.
There we are.
Skipping ahead.
So when you're playing it by yourself, you can essentially pick up the other character and carry them along through the more
absorb them.
fast-paced segments of the game.
God, graphically, that thing is pretty fucking sweet.
And we actually
regardless.
try to include a bit more of those because
Yeah, I like
we
the
figured that since
foliage.
it's a co-op game, we wanted to have more
that
like
chicken?
Or a
thrill and
turkey,
danger
yeah.
and kind of wild
Murderous
moments.
turkey.
Places that were
Turkeys
like,
are assholes, man.
fun and exciting.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're delicious.
Delicious assholes.
And then
Sounds like a really
do
bad
the
porn
more
name.
Puzzly areas
Yeah.
like this, when
Yeah.
you're problem solving. You can split apart into two and switch back and forth between the two characters, because that's how we've essentially designed all the problems and puzzles of the game. That you're always working
That does look
together and
really
helping
good.
each other out and utilizing this bond between you to overcome any obstacle that you come across. So I guess I'll jump in at this
Yeah,
point.
come Yoni. So I'm gonna be the red one.
Okay.
You'll be the blue one.
I'll be blue. A little
Strong
celebratory flip there.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot dark.
Yeah.
And the bird
I'm
is
gonna
back.
hang the other one with my yarn. It looks like it's got some
Playing it safely
FPS
now.
issues right now, though. I don't know if you guys are noticing
swing.
that, but it doesn't look super smooth. But
And I'll
still,
catch you.
graphically, it looks that
go.
that looks
very
fun right
pretty.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I swing now?
Okay, you go ahead.
As he goes for the gold.
Oh.
Okay, this is the scary
You know
part.
what's funny is turkeys can actually fly up into trees.
That is true.
Don't tell them that.
I like the kid in the background, like, you know, that you're playing
Like
in a real
ghosting it
world.
out. Yeah.
Buster. Oh, sweet, well done.
The problem is they're not showing the turkey like get near them, so it's
Okay,
sort of hard to
I'll
know
go
what
and
they're
distract
running
the
from.
grass. I'll sneak up here.
Exactly.
Yeah, the turkey seems rather robotic.
Okay, your turn.
Yeah,
Yes, look at me.
One minute he's on the right end of
you
the
go.
screen
Keep
looking up,
him
and then
up
he
with
turns to the other side.
Now I'll go.
What are they doing? Oh, okay.
This turkey's a little too obsessed with them.
Yeah.
There you go.
I love the music though. That fucking string instrument right there. Just I love that shit. Oh, I thought he was riding him for a second. I was like, whoa!
That'd be awesome.
So that's a quick little
Turkey mouse.
Unravel 2.
That's a new Joust game. Confirmed. Ride the turkey.
Yeah, I really hope you like it.
Turkey joust,
And,
toast.
Yep.
Before I go, I
Toast.
just want to send some love to the team back home, because working on this game has been a completely amazing team effort on so many levels, and everybody has worked so hard. So there's a bunch of us from Coldwood here, and thank you to those, and thank you to everybody back home, and thank you. Love you.
Just that person over there.
That was a weird wave. Nah, I'm panicking.
Bye.
That was cool though. That was cool. That
That
one of all of them is probably the most interesting to me.
And maybe the turkey just has vendetta against Yarn.
Most likely.
Sure.
Yarn killed my.
Yeah, I was waiting. That traditional
His
story.
brother choked on a Yarny he tried to swallow.
He's traumatized.
That does look really good.
The sea waves are my evening gold, and the sun on my head is my crown. I lay this queen on my
See, that's gonna go bad.
Well, now this could be a moose boss.
I love the soundtrack if this is in the game.
Loving everything about this so far.
That's so far. That's probably the coolest thing they've shown in.
Thank you, Martin, and the brilliant team at Coldwood. The game is really strong.
Looks
These
awesome.
guys have done an amazing job, and it's clear that they have a lot of passion, and I can't personally wait to play Unravel 2 with my kids. But what's even more amazing is that we will make Unravel 2 available to everyone today. Yep, you heard that right.
Holy shit.
You'll be able to take these two Yarnies on their next big adventure starting today. The game is finished, it's out.
Oh, damn. That's sweet as fuck.
All right. So thank you, Martin, and thank you to the team at Coldwood.
Very
Back
cool.
in 2015, we started on this journey with the original Unravel to seek out the most creative, independent developers and bring them into our EA Originals program. It's been our way of helping these
Reload
creators
the
bring
page,
unique
takedown.
games to the world and to tell their stories. And last year, if you remember, Joseph Fares was up here on stage representing his team at Hazelight and The Way Out. And I think we all kind of remember that. And you might even remember him from the Game Awards as well. I think I did. Anyhow, in March, that game caught fire. It's innovative, it's fun, and it's something fresh and new, and you all loved it. We saw over 2 million players in the first 2 weeks. And The Way Out is such a huge success that Joseph and his team are expanding and moving into a new studio.
Oh, I thought it was
stories
a
like
Way Out
this
too.
drive our industry, and it's why we will continue to work with independent developers to help them realize their dreams. Which leads us to our next EA Originals title, from a little game studio in Berlin called Joe My Games. When I met this team and I saw the game, I was instantly drawn to how personal this story was. It's one that carries a very powerful and important message, and it's unlike anything we have ever done. So please welcome Connie Gepper to the stage from Joe My Games to tell you more about Sea of Solitude.
These names, though, come on, guys.
Yeah.
We need to figure out a way to rename shit. Sea of Gears of Shadowing.
Thank you,
Noun of
Patrick.
noun.
I still remember during the pitch how enthusiastic Patrick was, and that afterwards, like our whole team, including me, were super excited. It actually feels a little bit the same right now. I'm pretty excited, maybe a little too excited.
Yeah.
Had a few before she went on stage.
Time to find the Percocet bottle.
Okay. We are Yomai, a small indie game studio from Berlin, and we are developing Sea of Solitude, or SOS as we call it. The whole journey from the very first concept to actually becoming
a game called
part
SOS,
of EA Originals is simply amazing.
Show it.
Let me tell you more about our game.
Show it. Show the game.
When humans get too lonely, they turn into monsters.
What?
This is at the core of everything you will see, hear, and hopefully feel while playing SOS. What makes this underlying concept so important and so unique is that nearly every human being can at least somehow relate to or remember the feeling of being lonely. In my case, I started writing the story when I felt the loneliest in my life. I think as an artist, you process your emotional world by letting it out and putting it into your art. I'm still amazed how like the concept seems to just float out of me like right into the hand and onto the paper. I think this is also why so many people can instantly connect with the game.
Oh, I thought she said she sang. She's saying she thinks.
Story, even though that
okay,
it
that
takes
confused me.
place in a fantastic setting.
I was just having.
In SOS,
it could be a
we
musical.
try to show how people experience different kinds of loneliness, but also how outsiders, friends, and families
They
see
really
those
need to
who
show
struggle.
something in the background, though.
We achieve all this in playful ways so that players who wants to simply enjoy a fantastic experience can do so. But player who wants to look a bit deeper can reveal a whole emotional world beneath it all.
Battle Royale with a bunch of depressed
Sea
people.
of Solitude is about a young
Create your
woman
monster, see how depressive
who is
you are,
suffering
and then kill
from
one another in our
such
Battle
strong
Royale
loneliness
game.
That her inner feeling, the darkness,
I'm too depressed
the
to
anger,
kill.
Yeah.
the hopelessness, worthlessness turns to the outside and she becomes a monster. The game is about finding out why this happened to her, but also how to turn her back into a human. Ultimately, the goal is to bring all those emotions into balance. Some needs to become bigger, some would be better off a little smaller, but to embrace even your destructive part or your self-doubt in the same way you embrace your joy or your hope. This is what being human is all about. And that's what our game is all about. Thank you.
Well, I feel better.
Yeah.
Is this real?
This is the most horrible, depressing game you've ever played. Here you go.
Yeah.
This world that I live
This is a game if you're just a little too happy with your life.
Yeah.
You need
Want to feel
bring it
bad?
down
Come
a
play
notch.
our game.
Yeah. Yeah, if I need to turn it down a notch.
Oh, that's cool looking. Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm no
It's like a
child
Gorillas video.
destiny and no fortune son. I've just chased you so long.
Yeah, it's got a
I'm too weak
almost like a Rats of Nim look to it.
New day
Maybe it's just the red eyes.
Yeah.
but nothing is new.
Give me some Gravity Rush 2 vibes with another.
It's an interesting contrast. It's beautiful yet at the same time.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty haunting, really. They should have showed that right at the starting, because that actually got my interest up.
Yeah.
Yeah, then she could have talked and told us, like,
The
okay, what was her
background behind it, yeah.
Yeah. So you were depressed, but not anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now we got a new basketball game. Yeah. Yeah.
Gonna get that bucket.
Woo! Styling and profiling.
The Ric Flair basketball story.
Oh
I would
my
buy that.
God. WWE and NWA mix.
Coming at you with the squad.
I played the shit out of that game though.
Warriors win again.
Clotheslining people. Shut him down!
Yeah.
It's Warriors 2K19 because the Warriors win every time.
Woo!
Just remember though, wherever you call home.
This is like a story of my life, basically.
Right.
This
So
is
does this
all
bring
me.
back more memories for you, Karak?
It does. This is all me.
All the microtransactions you got to enjoy for a different color shirt and
this is my squad.
Everything is.
These
Did you guys
laces were
notice?
$10.
Everything is my now. It's like my squad, my team, my. It's such.
my thing.
It's definitely the like
My name's Shay
customization
Tiblin,
generation.
AKA Young Kiv. I'm from Seattle, Washington. The only goal of mine is really to win the Madden belt.
Kiv's been going after that belt since 2016. At some point, he's going to need to get out of this quarterfinal.
Oh, he didn't shake his hand.
Oh.
It's a big night for Young
Oh,
Kiv.
weak shake.
I gotta get the belt.
The cream of the crop rises to the top. Oh yeah!
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
Doesn't look excited to be playing.
No, he's the most apathetic Madden player. And holding the controller.
See it Solitude game.
Oh, we have a credible
I need the
matchup.
belt.
It's a rematch.
Yeah.
Touchdown, Kev.
Would it make more sense for it to be a trophy?
And Young Kev.
No, belt's more important.
Your champion. Can I play you again?
Well, especially if you have pants too big.
Madden 18 champion.
He's finally done it.
It looked like he was asleep through that.
Have a belt.
He still had that belt to this day.
Oh, don't put it over your
How you
shoulder.
doing?
Oh my god.
Somebody needs to suplex him now.
That'd be awesome if somebody came out, a real wrestler. It's like, you mark!
The Undertaker. Tombstoned his ass. Boom.
That's pretty fire. I like that
And
a
then
lot.
took the belt.
As you guys know, this is Young Kiv.
Rest in
Madden
peace.
18, Madden champion. Like, give it up for Young Kiv, y'all.
God, even his point is lazy.
People are like golf clapping. Yay.
Over in that direction, kind of.
Young Kiv,
That's his family.
how has it been? You know, your success and your path, you know, to where you're at today.
It's I've always been a competitor. When I was in high school, I was playing
Yeah.
baseball. I hurt my arm. So then I picked up Madden, and
So you went
at
from
first
baseball
I
to
was really
Madden,
bad. I was
okay.
getting blown out online, but I kept at it. I put more and more time into it. Eventually, I made my first tournament, but I had a big decision. It was the same time as my graduation.
Wow. Okay. So the key to be the #1 player in Madden is to hurt your arm in baseball. That's number one. Number two, you said you had the decision to go to your graduation or go to a tournament. So, like, what did you do?
I chased that money. I still got my diploma, but I chased that money.
Diploma.
There you go. We're out here chasing money.
No, high school diploma.
Those
Awesome.
pants
Okay,
are
now the past two, you know, the past few
spectacular.
years, how has it been for you? I know you had some ups and downs.
It's been tough.
Very
I've had a lot of
distressed.
devastating losses. I've been so close so many times. I made the final on TV and got blown out by all those losses. It made me gain a lot of mental toughness, and that's how I got this belt.
That's awesome. That belt is so amazing. There's a lot of, you know, bling.
I painted a lot of paintings. That's how I got this paintbrush.
Well, today, EA Play.
Oh,
First
man.
look at the Madden 19 trailer.
Worked so
Super
hard for this
excited.
paintbrush.
It's going to be so fun. It's lit. I honestly wish I can stay right here and talk to you guys forever, but I'm not going to board you guys. We're going to go out.
Yeah, so he took it.
His belt.
It's his belt now.
Round 2. So we're out. Have a good day.
He's like, but I just let you borrow it. Nope, mine now.
Yeah.
You've worked your whole life to get to moments like these.
Yo.
To the very top of the mountain.
My God, hold on to that ball. Holy Christ.
You battle through pain.
Nope, gotta give the ball away.
All just to get to this place where you've been told legends are born.
I don't know about you guys, but it just is all like, fuck learning. You don't need no diploma. Fuck, learning doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And you
can get a
so that
belt.
You can truly
Yeah, I
see.
want that belt.
See that it was really never about reaching the end of the road at all, but about all the moments that got you here.
In a world.
Realistic head trauma.
None of this is gameplay. They need to knock that shit off.
Nope. Yeah.
So, you were in their position.
You should have just saved some money and showed an actual football match.
Exactly. Of course, it will look exactly like last year's Madden. So they could just save their money and just did that, and people wouldn't be any wiser about it. Especially since the game probably coming out before the season starts.
Right.
It's probably like a month or two away from that.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nathanius, professional shoutcaster, here alongside Redwood Studios General Manager Michael Martinez.
Hey, that's a lot.
How you doing today?
I'm super excited to be here.
Super
We're going to
excited.
do this presentation a little bit differently and give you your first look at a brand new mobile game in a live winner-take-all head-to-head
mobile
match.
game.
Michael, why don't you tell us the rules?
What I've been waiting for.
Sure thing. The objective is straightforward.
Press F to give a fuck.
Destroy the opponent's base to win. Unit control, super simple. Just tap the destination, unit automatically moves there. The most efficient way to destroy the opponent's base is
They're
with this
really
giant
gonna show a
nuclear
mobile
missile
game
in the center of the map. Control.
Well, they have five. They have five
control
lined up
points.
apparently,
A bar
according to
fills
the
up
EA
while the
Play
missile is possessed.
website.
Whoever controls the missile, when the bar fills up, will fire the
This
missile.
would make it 6
Takes
because I
2
don't think that
missiles
was
to
on their
destroy the
list.
enemy's base and win.
That's
it.
ugly looking
Sounds
Command
great,
and
Michael.
Conquer.
Well, enough
Yeah,
talking about it.
Jesus
Let's get
Christ.
to this match.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have an awesome matchup lined up for you here today.
Super excited.
Fighting for the blue side of the
Super
room.
side,
Please
down with
give
red.
a cheer for one of the most formidable RTS players there is. Make some noise for In Control.
We should have just done a Red Alert mobile game.
Yes.
It's almost like the fans that follow streaming are only on the streaming stuff. They don't go to E3 because nobody's
His
clapping.
opponent,
Like people are like,
fighting
who?
for the red side of the room.
Yay.
A
There's a
competitive
separation.
mobile gaming phenomenon. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Nick at Night.
Yeah, no one cares. Look at the crowd. It's like nobody.
Hey, okay.
Now, Mike, it's going to be a real clash of these gaming styles and the
is.
competitive backgrounds that these players have. It should be a great match.
Yeah,
it
me
really is. I
either.
can't wait.
All right, are the players ready? Let's get this thing going.
Ready to go.
Oh, so
Oh
awkward.
God,
do it.
this is
All right,
awkward.
Let's kick this off. Nice little strategy.
Oh my God, the guy on the right.
It's a good job.
That is great.
I'm very excited.
How
for
you
this. The
doing?
players are loading in, and we are ready to
into the
kick.
match. Here we go.
Where's the fast forward button?
Man.
Bases have been deployed.
I'm already
The
excited.
action begins like any strategy game.
Actually
Economy will be
playing
the
a mobile
focus
game
there
live on
first. So
stage,
to start things off.
That's what I'm saying. They have at least 5, like Sims
the infantry
Mobile,
is gonna come out to
Plants
hold that
vs Zombies
top
2,
point.
Plants vs
Both
Zombie
players
Garden
both trying to
Warfare,
take that
Madden
position,
NFL
Nick being able to
Mobile,
reset
and
a little bit
NBA Live
first
Mobile.
in a strategy
All
game.
that
Flank
times in a row, aren't they?
In Control's going from the
Yeah.
top side. Also very
So,
important
half
as
an hour gone.
Nick at Night's Forces has
Yeah,
a circle
that's a
around
huge
the
chunk of
Right, let's see
this
if he's able to
conference.
create a
They haven't done
2-1-1.
Anthem
Is
yet,
he
so I'm
able to
guessing
get
they're
there?
saving Anthem for the
He's
very
getting
end.
there. Here comes GDI with a Rhino. It's going to rip up those infantry.
I don't think mobile gamers who play mobile games really watch it.
What I love is like the very last thing they say, and some surprises. Like I guess that new Star Wars game they only talked about.
Real quick, I just want to say thanks to everybody watching, everybody who tuned in. I definitely appreciate it. I'll take this moment during mobile to thank you.
Yeah.
We've also hit 1, 2, 3 of the boxes. We haven't made a bingo yet, but we're close. Well, wait, YouTuber gameplay. Nope, not BF5.
And now he's
So.
redeploying his vehicles to the south side, bringing out more infantry to deal with the attack bikes. And as that economy ramps up, of course, we're seeing bigger, more
available to
powerful
play now,
units
is that
come out.
count?
We have there the drill
Yeah.
pod coming in the left side to help
There it is.
flank
Put in
those
some
flamethrowers.
flamethrowers. Right, absolutely.
What's up,
Again, they're gonna
pajamas?
tear through those infantry.
Thanks for
And
stopping
In
by.
Control brings out his first tank. That's going to be used to try and help push
Great.
back
He wants
these
some
smaller
Titanfall
forces
3.
as he makes his
That'd
way
be amazing.
to the south side. That missile passing halfway now.
What'd you guys think of the
Control of Nick at
controller?
Night. He will have the missiles. We see it starts to point
Oh, we saw
towards In
earlier.
Control's
They
base.
had a controller like hooked up to a phone.
Control can get around to that
Yeah,
south.
I mean, some people play that way
He
now.
does. Continue the missile, putting it into the yellow
Yeah.
position.
Yeah, very important, of course, blocking the pathing of those units.
felt like
is a
they were
big
trying to
factor
compete
for
with
the strategy.
Switch,
Holding those
in a way.
locations is so crucial as In Control begins to secure the northwest spot. Another tank's going to come out from
It would
Nick
be
at Night
so
to take
awesome
it
if
out.
wrestlers
But now
just
he's
showed
bringing
up
out the
and
Pitbull
like-
as well to help lock down that north position.
This missile is
Let's
very,
add
very
some
close
excitement to
firing.
this
Let's see how it happens.
motherfucker!
With another turret, In Control
Yeah.
blinks, he takes the top that missile.
And then
Pile drivers. Oh.
wow.
Yeah.
And Nick at Night, one shot away from being knocked out here. As
The
next
thing
one
that
will
bothers
start
me,
loading up in just
the
a
thing that
moment.
bothers me a little bit is like I'm a super big gamer, and I don't know anybody who gets as excited as like any of this, and
as more of
maybe I'm just missing that segment, but you know, oh my God, he shot a missile is so you're just sitting there going like, okay, he did, but this is not the right game to show on E3's stage. I don't think.
Yeah, I played months of Command and Conquer multiplayer, and I was never like jumping out of my seat.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, for a game like this RTS, it's like the map is like obviously way too small.
Yeah. If you could see the base from the other base, you've done something incorrectly.
It's the best way to build a base, though. Just like 3 feet from the other bad guy. You're like, sup, man?
Where are they?
Fist bumping across the rampart. Sup, bitches? Let's fuck some stuff up.
Yeah.
They're out of bullets, so you just let them borrow some. Like, here you go, man. You're close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd rather just go back to playing Command and Conquer Generals.
To firing with 3 zones in control for Nick and Knight.
Graphically, it'd be about on par.
Yeah.
And it was actually full maps.
I hope they do a best of 3 for this match.
Oh, no.
Man.
They're all 9 out of 10. You're like,
looking for a sharp object to shove in my eyes.
Next missile wins. Let's see what happens.
We'll have control of Wolverines, as you pointed out.
Thanks, Madden.
So they show gameplay for this, but they don't show gameplay for it.
Exactly. They're like, we've got an amazing Star Wars game we're not going to show. But hey, here's a mobile title where the bases are fucking 4 feet from each other.
Yeah. So you're gonna be able to have a lightsaber as a Jedi? What?
Wait a minute, but it's a happy time, right?
Oh man, I don't know what that was about.
Why can't we play as the Emperor? You know, that'd be
unlimited power, my friend. Unlimited power.
Exactly. You decide how to fuck over the galaxy.
All right. Let's hope they move on.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was great.
What a match. Thank you so
much. What a match indeed.
Any thoughts, guys?
I just came to make mammoth tanks, so I've done my job.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That was awesome. We saw a little bit of everything.
We saw too much.
Perfect. Yeah. Let's hear it for Nathanius, Nick and Knight, and In Control.
I'll do my hipster.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw was the worldwide reveal of Command and Conquer Rivals.
I didn't think I could ever be more bored during an EA conference.
Reimagines the real-time strategy experience for mobile. We're giving players complete, continuous control of their
done
armies
with Command and Conquer?
Quick, competitive head-to-head matches that are fueled by skill and strategy. Now, Rivals will be coming to iOS and Android devices, but I'm excited to announce that Android players can play the pre-alpha.
That's just made it even worse.
So head to the Google Play Store, search Command and Conquer Rivals.
Earliest access.
We're having an absolute blast playing this game, and we can't wait for you to play. Please let us know.
I don't think this is what Command and Conquer fans were wanting.
No, I miss Westwood.
I'm not going to protect the rest of my body, but here's a cool helmet.
Yeah.
Make sure you're needed in this one.
I can't use the radio. I need to press this deploy button.
So now they're using expensive CGI trailer to try and promote this game.
Yeah.
See, the mistake they made was not showing this first.
Yeah,
we
right.
already know what the game's like.
Yeah. Like, this isn't.
See, the idea is to build our hope up, then crush it.
You know what would be awesome is a game like this that was just wrestlers. Everything's wrestlers for me now. That would be amazing.
Just strategy wrestlers.
No, I mean just like line up like Braveheart, 500 wrestlers on each side, just sprinting each other. Yeah. Battle Royale.
Yeah, the original Royale.
Yep.
What's funny is all of that stuff really just is this on a screen.
A waste of money, that's CGI.
I wanted to share a few final things. I am blessed to be able to work with some of the most creative people on the planet who come to work every day to create amazing entertainment. And what I can say about all of those teams and what I can say about us is that we are always trying.
Remember to stick around, peeps, if you're watching the Twitch channel, because we'll be doing a breakdown and summary.
Experiences that you're going to see today.
I think that they're
all
also
of it based on mobile games.
Exactly.
First,
so we may even comment on some of the actual gameplay that they're going to do on, like, Battlefield 5.
How you play, what you play,
how they did last year, I guess, with Battlefront 2.
That in making those choices, you feel you are treated
Well, actually,
fairly.
get to see the damn game.
That no one is given an unfair advantage or disadvantage for how they choose to play.
What?
That for every moment that you invest, you know that you put so much of your life into the games we make, and that for every moment that you invest, you feel like you are rewarded and you are given value for that investment. And most importantly, that the games are fun, that we move past the grind, and that these are experiences that truly enhance your lives. And so, as we think through all the things that we're trying to do, know that we want to be better, and that we want to make great games. And that as much as we love making games, and as much as you love playing them, there's something that is even greater that we can do together. The power of this community when we come together to do amazing things is profound. Last weekend was the 3rd year of our Play to Give program, where we show the world how the power of play can be a positive force for social impact. Millions of you out there participated in 9 in-game challenges in our games, logging millions of hours in support of Play to Give. And to celebrate that, we contributed a total of $1 million to 3 charities that share our vision for a more inclusive world. A world where representation and equality are not something we strive for, they are the standards. And where bullying and exclusion are not an everyday threat. These 3 organizations, the United Nations He for She, PACE's National Bullying Prevention Center, and Ditch the Label, an anti-bullying organization, all are doing great work, and we're proud to support them through Play to Give. And thank you for your support.
Every time they mention bully, I just think of the game, and I'm like,
and millions of you together doing immeasurable good because we love games. Thanks for being with us, and thanks for the incredible privilege of making games for all of you. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at Anthem.
No Titanfall 3?
Guess not.
And left our world in chaos. Creating. Altering. Destroying. The Anthem is all that remains.
Oh, they said the name of the game.
Roll credit.
Yeah.
These walls can't protect us forever.
Superhero landing.
It wants to destroy us all.
So is it like a 4-player co-op?
Yeah, looks like their version of Destiny.
How cool was that trailer? You guys have seen it a couple times, and it's still cool every time I see it. So I know all of you, like me, have had tons of questions about Anthem since last year because we're all BioWare fans. So we're going to do something a little bit different for the rest of the show, and we're going to take a deep dive into Anthem. So I'm going to bring out some members of the BioWare team to chat with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Casey Hudson,
Or she's
Mark
going to
Dara,
ask
and
about
Kathleen
lightsabers.
Rizard.
Oh, God. This is a dark time.
Oh, dear God, they're going to have... This is an odd conference.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out today. Just got a little game to show, right?
Yep.
Well, it's going to be very exciting. So, Casey, we're going to go ahead and just jump right in and get started with you. So now, we know that you all started, or Casey, you started your career at BioWare way back in the day, but you took a couple years off. But before you came back, you actually worked on Anthem before you left.
Yeah, that's right. So, you know, first of all, it's amazing to be back. It's awesome to be making games for BioWare fans. You know, we have the best fans. So it's been super satisfying to come back to it. And, you know, I just want to be able to continue the legacy of the
I'm
studio.
super stoked.
That's kind of where
Super
it started with
satisfied.
Anthem, is just thinking about, you know, what is the evolution of a BioWare game? And we wanted to create a brand new world for people to discover, you know, a whole new world of story and character. But we also wanted to do something that was, you know, more of a dynamic and living world, a game that would change every time you came back and played it. We also wanted to do something where, you know, if you wanted to invite your friends into it, then you could do that as well. So that was really the initial vision of the game, not an MMO, not a multiplayer game with story sort of bolted on this side, but something new and different, and I think the team has really captured that vision over the years.
Your fans really love the stories from BioWare, but I think we're kind of curious how you're planning to make story work in this shared world.
So a great story for BioWare is really about characters that you can have a connection with, choices you get to make, and feeling like the story is about you. In a lot of multiplayer games, those things get diluted because you're mixing multiplayer and storytelling into the same areas. Now, you can build a solution to that, but you have to really build it into the core of the game. And that's what we've tried to do with Anthem. It's what we call our world, my story. So when you're out in the open world,
my team, my story, my weapons,
really dangerous,
my
and
pants.
You're focused on your mission.
These are my pants.
And this is where other players.
You can't have my pants; they're mine.
The thing that's really interesting
All the subwoofer they got there.
It's unique for Anthem is that
Too much bass.
Yeah, way too much.
World. So whether there's weather or it's nighttime, what we're experiencing together.
15-inch
Everyone's
Predator
playing
woofer.
Anthem at
Turn that down. I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah.
And this is what we mean when we talk about our world. It's a shared world that we all experience together. But then when I finish my mission, I come back to a base like Fort Tarsus. And this is a single-player experience.
Really? Fort Tarsus?
I turn in my rewards. I talk to some characters.
This is Destiny 2. Like
my action.
everything
And
about
this
it
where
is
your
so
story
Destiny
really lives
based.
and breathes.
Yeah.
And by doing it this way, we're able to combine
More
that
is what
impact
that's what I thought
and
that said.
agency of a single-player story with the fun of teaming up with your friends to play co-op in combat.
And we're also designing it so that we can add story for years
Sure.
to come. So one of the first things that we hear when from our community is they want to continue to play in our worlds. When they've finished Mass Effect or Dragon Age, players want more story. And so we've designed Anthem in a way that we can actually add more story for years to come. And it could be anything. A new moment with a character that you've grown to love, or an event in the world that deepens the lore, or an entirely new storyline and plot.
Well, I'm certainly not going to complain about more story. I don't think anybody out there is going to either. So, Kathleen, I wanted to ask you, from a writing perspective, since you are the lead writer, can you speak to what it's like to create a new world like Anthem from the beginning?
Well, what's really exciting for us, and not just the writers, but all of the devs, the designers, the artists, is that we're creating something new and mysterious for players to discover. So at the heart of the premise of Anthem,
The thing is, they keep saying stuff like this, but the fact is like there is no other game that doesn't do that. They're all going to be mysterious when you start them. Fucking Monopoly is mysterious when you start it because you have no clue
Will
what's
you be the
happening.
shoe? Will you be the thimble?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Monopoly man.
Pushing against each other.
Will I go to jail this roll or the next roll?
Constantly being reshaped in new and
I just don't like that
Yeah,
fake
violent
crap.
storms, mutated creatures, gigantic monsters. It's a dangerous environment that you need to wear a suit of powered armor, a javelin, to be safe in.
Now, something I think a lot of players out there maybe don't stop to think about is just how much work goes into creating a new intellectual property
How
or
does
IP.
this
as
inform
we've
us
been
about the
saying.
game?
Now, we've seen all these different creatures, and Mark, you mentioned the
Well, the concept,
storms.
the title's
What's
the
the
same.
process of creating a game like from scratch?
Yeah, it's something we've done a few times at BioWare. You know, and then really the hardest part is getting started, just kind of getting off the blank page. So
Or
what we
writing
try to
an
do is we
ending
think about
to
the
our
new
biggest
experiences we're trying to unlock
trilogy
for
ever.
players.
That's also quite difficult.
So like, what is the fantasy fulfillment? What are the new things you actually get to go and do that are different from what you've played before? So that's where we start, and then once we think about those things,
of power armor.
you know, that's the power of creating new IP, especially for games, is that you actually get to build a whole fictional universe that's meant to bring out a certain experience. And then once we do that, then we still need to build all the rest of the stuff, and what unlocks us creatively is to think about like principles around art style, tone, and even the technology and the politics of our new world. And then from there, we can actually go and build out every last detail.
Just showed this.
Yeah, and one of the unique challenges for Anthem is that it's a world, an experience that's meant to feel alive, like it's happening right now. And so the world is always changing.
She says it's supposed to feel alive. They show footage of nothing moving, except for the robot dude. And you're like,
and the same little video clips over and over again.
It gives us the opportunity to drop into the world almost in real time, a dramatic event that changes the world for everyone. And that could be anything from gameplay.
They could even cycle that at this point in time, and it would be different than what we're seeing.
All of the moving parts in the dynamic world sound really cool. The way that they sound like they're going to come together. But even though there's obviously a lot going on, it really all comes back to your character.
Oh, the same picture again.
Let's talk about who we're going to be playing as and why we're fighting these crazy
I sure hope we get to see this
So you are a
concept art some more.
freelancer, uniquely skilled to pilot these Javelin exosuits. And you need those suits to survive and fight in this world, because the world will kill you. But on top of that, our ancient rivals,
the Dominion,
have...
Wow.
They've discovered a way, they think, to weaponize
Star Trek
the
will be on the phone here soon.
of creation. And so we need to
might as well just start calling it the bad guys.
And protect the free people of Taurus.
Now, I've heard you call this
We're going to be fighting the Jim Hadar.
Is it a suit? Is it a javelin? Like, what's the canon term here?
We call them javelins, and there are 4.
Because we can't call them Iron Man.
They each have unique abilities. There's the Ranger, and then there's the Colossus.
Oh my God, this
the Interceptor,
really is
and finally
Destiny.
And the Santa Maria.
Yeah, so each javelin gives you a different way to play the game. But the thing to remember is, like Kathleen said, you're not your suit.
You need the suit to survive, though.
Pilot, which means you can decide which suit you want to use based on your mood, based on the mission you want to engage in, or the javelins that your friends are using.
Yeah.
So really what this allows us to do is we built the suits.
While they're talking, I just want to tell everybody who's watching in Switch, thank you very much for showing up and yakking with us. Get a chance to subscribe on YouTube. That'd be awesome. If you don't, that's also awesome. Don't really give a fuck, whichever way you want to do it.
Yeah.
Don't subscribe to me just because you came here to watch a horrible EA conference either. We'll also be doing the review of the conference at the very end. It's not horrible, I'm just joking, but it ain't good. What's the opposite? What's the opposite of good? Bad.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say the storm looks like it's going to be my favorite. I'm sure
generic.
that's
We'll
kind
be
of picking
calling
your
about
face
that
right
one.
now, too. So the javelins look awesome, but we're going to take a couple questions.
I'm sure these are
right now. So
actual
Casey tweeted,
questions
some
and
of
not
you may have seen,
filtered
asking
questions.
for people out there to send us your questions. And the first one is going to be from
Casey, why'd you kill fucking Shepard?
Yeah, this will be the first one.
Sure. Awesome.
What kind of customization options will be available in Anthem?
Yeah, so we really want players to express themselves. Both
When are we getting
customizing the way
KOTOR 3?
their javelin plays, gear, and weapons.
Microtransactions for coloring your javelin.
The way that it looks, both through paint jobs as well as changing the actual geometry of the suit itself. We want teams to be able to do this as well. And because you're going to be using a javelin for a long period of time, we really want you to be able to make it your own.
I'm glad you brought that
javelin.
up, because actually, Jay Legator has a question connected to customization.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's all mine.
Monetization. How,
Yep.
when,
Oh, here we go.
Loot box, cosmetics.
Yeah, so we are going to have some cosmetics and vanity items that you'll be able to purchase, but you're always going to know what you're going to buy before you spend any money on it. So no loot boxes, no ability to pay for power. So that means no ability to spend money on gameplay advantage at all within Anthem. But even more important than that, we want to make sure that Anthem is an immersive experience that feels like it's complete from
Massive
the get-go.
and immersive?
So that means a main
Immense?
story, a big open world, and an ongoing service that provides new content for a long period
games
of time.
as a service.
Story, new experiences for everyone.
Well, I'm glad to hear
Evergreen.
that I can make my javelin pink. That's really all I wanted to know, I'm going to be honest. All right, Casey. We talked earlier about this being a co-op experience. So can you tell me a little bit about how the team gameplay in Anthem is going to work?
Yeah, it really is about the fun of teaming up as a team of superheroes and working together. So you want to get a few people together of different classes. So I think here we're going to see the Colossus, just hammering people on the ground in gameplay. If we can have a look at that. So heavy artillery, being really strong, in melee combat. And then here you've got the Ranger shooting down from above.
Wow.
And then they're using
what is with the Batman era? Pow, pow,
like
pow.
But
like,
what I love
you guys seeing those?
Run around,
the big scores? Like,
as well.
the damage needs to be turned
So
off.
it's interesting because the Slate Tones wants to know, how will you balance multiplayer with single-player storytelling?
We
so
won't.
Anthem's really
Customization.
built around trying to combine the impact of having your own personal story with the fun of playing with other players. But we really want to make sure that that playing with other people feels like a choice. So for people that want to just experience the story, you're going to be able to do that. Now, going out into an open world like this by yourself is going to be a little bit more challenging than if the team of 4 people. And we've really tried to balance the co-op experience to be fun, even for people that don't normally engage in this kind of thing. So I really hope that everyone at least gives co-op a try.
Okay, that's good to know. If you want to roll solo, you can, but it's just going to be a little bit more difficult. Well, I know you all are on the edges of your seats. How about show a little gameplay?
Oh, there we go.
Gameplay.
Gameplay.
All right, so Catherine, I think you're going to set this up for us?
I will. So, you and your friends
Why didn't you show gameplay first? Then I would have wanted to know what they were talking about.
Put together an acid-based super weapon, so you got to take them out. So you start in the Strider, which is like a giant walker, and it's your forward base of operations. You have a conversation with your crew, Halleck, Faye, and Owen, and you'll hear Owen. He's going to talk us through the mission as we experience it.
Thanks,
here.
Owen.
And yeah, then you just get into your javelin suit and you head out with your friends.
All right.
Single player will be approximately 35 minutes long.
Kathleen, for talking to me about Anthem today.
You can do it,
we're going to go ahead and
it's going to be
roll
hard as
now.
hell.
Enjoy, everybody.
Yeah. We're going to make the grind so bad you won't want to play it by yourself. It's a very large javelin.
Freelancer, time to get to work.
What?
Faye said these bastards made some kind of acid.
It was a bad
voiceover.
voiceover.
So, find where they're making this garbage and shut it all down.
All right. My grizzly best friend just gave me a job.
It's go time.
Graphically, it also looks, I could be wrong, but it certainly looks like a downgrade in a lot of the geometry in particular. But that could just be me. I don't. Yeah, just that little video. But I don't think anybody realized or really thought that was real anyway.
Yeah.
Owen, what's the plan here?
Picking up loads of scars nearby. Take a look around the area, but be careful.
Wow, it is Iron Man. Holy shit, that guy even...
He's gonna be
that
Jarvis.
Sounded like him.
Yeah.
So... Oh, turn off the numbers, too. Wow. That is...
We know Borderlands.
It just kills the fun,
Right.
you know?
Checking
Seeing all
out
those
the
damn
Scar
numbers
Camp some
flying
more.
over the place. Takes you out of the game.
Oh, the weapons! Oh, and the turrets! Better move quickly.
Wow, okay. Or cut to it's completely different.
Else.
Wow, it is Iron Man. Everything about this is Iron Man. I guess
the movements, the animations.
It makes me want an Iron Man video game now.
Yeah. As long as Sega doesn't make it.
This is cool. Going underwater is cool. I guess you know there's a problem when you celebrate water. You're like, yes, there's water in this level.
Woohoo!
Also, is the flying ultra slow to anybody else? Am I going crazy, or is it like it's like a hover round? They're like,
that was something people complained about last year.
Oh, gotcha.
Loads of scars nearby. Be
How
careful.
slow the flying felt.
it slows the game down, I think, too. That feeling of, like, it is very slow. Not necessarily terrible. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to have like a higher impact feel for the slowness. Like,
wow.
Like if it was cumbersome or bulky.
Except for the Batman numbers. Those things are killing my soul.
Man, when you're flying, you want to feel like you're like just zooming through the area.
Yeah.
Well, artistically, it actually doesn't match up either. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, good. Bass drops.
Good. I can go to sleep now.
Boom. Bass nectar.
Did you get a bonus for... Wait, something's happening.
Bass in your face. We're in space. It's a race.
What the hell was that?
I think
Hit me with your metal mace.
laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from below your position.
Flying like an ace.
On the plus side, this definitely counts toward hazard pay. There's a trail of this acid gunk leading down. Follow it, and we should find the source.
I don't know about anybody else, too. If these are repeated missions, and I have to hear that guy say the same fucking 7 things, it'll be the end of Batman numbers flashing up, same 7
more
sentences.
acid gunk. Follow the acid.
Hopefully
gunk.
it's not. Hopefully this is all the single-player campaign versus, like, some of the side stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, graphically, like, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Looks like a face hugger and a ball sack had a child, though.
It's Crane from Ninja Turtles.
That even sounds like the Adventures.
Hang on, saluting.
How cool was that? I'm so hyped, you guys.
Wow, she needs to lay off the coffee.
And that was actually just a short version of the full demo that we brought here to LA. So if you
that's what it reminds me of.
come by the Anthem Theater here at EA Play, you can check out the game live.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the question on everyone's minds, when do we get to play?
So Anthem comes out February 22nd, 2019.
Oh, wow.
On Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC.
That's earlier than I thought, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's way earlier than I thought. I thought it was going to be delayed. Yeah.
Team, I know you guys have
Or
that awesome
Crackdown.
outside, so I will
They're
see
like,
you there.
I was thinking the same thing.
Crackdown's like, we're going to delay to February because nobody's fuck.
I also want to give a big thank you to all of the developers who showcased their games today.
Well, at least they got a couple of days to change that date, right?
Yeah, around the world. Let's give them all a
No, it's coming in May now. We need a little bit more time for more polish.
Now, some of what you saw today,
They do
you guys
it early
have to
February.
wait to play. But you guys, EA has so much available right now. Now, for those of you keeping score, you can get your free trial of FIFA 18's World Cup today. And Andrew told us about the free trial of Origin Access. Yarny is back with a buddy in Unravel 2, which is also available today. Plus, you can take on your friends in Command & Conquer Rivals starting today as well. Now, that's a lot of available stuff that's out today. Is anybody ready to go home and download anything? No? You're like, I just want to go outside and
Dude,
do
they're at
FanFest. I
E3.
get it,
They're
I
not
get
going to
it.
fucking go home. What are you
I
talking
want you guys know to keep the streams going.
Yep,
because
forget the rest of the conference.
Go home.
That's all we came for was through
is going to
EA.
begin. I'm going to head outside and check out the games.
Our bar is so
I wanna
low that we
thank
just can't go any
everybody for
higher.
coming down to EA Play today and watching the press conference. And have a great weekend.
All right, so that'll stop that. I'm going to lower that down so we don't have to hear it. So we're going to, as I told everybody who's watching, we're going to break it down a little bit about what we thought and maybe give a rating. Buy, don't touch, never play again. Don't give a shit rating. We'll go, Takedown, what'd you think?
I thought it was probably one of the worst conferences I've ever seen.
Wow.
In the last few years. Apart from Unravel 2, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
I think everything else was just either not gameplay or I didn't really care for, like the sports stuff.
Right.
Anthem, I thought looked very boring.
Yeah,
personally.
it definitely did. What about you, Cadiz?
The Battlefield 5 stuff that they showed was okay, but like holding a lot of it back for another conference later on and like the next day or two didn't really bring much to the table. Unravel 2 looks pretty good. That would be my game of the conference of this particular showing. Still nothing incredibly compelling about Anthem like I was hoping. It's just going to be, it looks more like Destiny the more I see of it. If you wanted to combine that with Iron Man.
Yeah. Dantham.
Yeah.
Anthem. What about you, GB?
Well, like Battlefield 5, that trailer, I think we all can agree on. was way better than that trailer they showed us a few weeks ago. And a lot of it was like mistakes that they made, zigging when they should have zagged, like that ridiculous trailer for Command and Conquer Rivals. They should have showed that first to build up the hype, then the stupid gameplay. But still, either way, I think most of us are not really going to care for it, especially, Command and Conquer fans. I have to agree that Unravel 2 was probably the thing that most piqued my interest from this entire conference, besides what little we saw of Battlefield 5. And hopefully there'll be some gameplay of that, because I know that's what they usually do after they do this conference. They'll show people actually playing, I guess, a map.
Right.
So hopefully we'll at least get that. Anthem, I'm just as interested in as I was last year, which is not really. Man. And of course, we can't forget about the awesome tease we got regarding the next Star Wars game.
Right.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I've never seen such an awesome tease in my life.
When is that based in? What time frame is that?
It's based between episode something and something.
And it's dark. It's grim dark.
Yeah,
it's
very
Warhammer 40,000 Star Wars.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything to add, GB, before I go?
Apparently, we're going to be able to have lightsabers and be Jedi being chased post Order 66.
In a game with Jedi in the name. That'd be quite surprising, I think, for a lot of us. So, first, I want to say thanks to everybody watching. Thanks to everybody who subscribes to this channel or YouTube. I'll be doing all the events and all of the streams from all the events at E3 and covering those. My personal thoughts are, Yarny, that kind of stuff actually, or Unravel with Yarny as the character, that actually interests me a lot. I like the fact that it's available today, because so much is not available a lot of times, where they'll be like, yeah, you're going to see this in 6 fucking years. And whatever. Okay, thanks, Crackdown. But when you look at everything that they announced and how they did it, I would agree with GB. It wasn't necessarily that everything was, well, a lot of it was pretty lackluster, but it was also the way they presented it. When you go into Anthem, if you had showed me some of the gameplay and then had them come out, I would have probably been more, I guess, interested in what they said. And they didn't tell anybody that they were going to show gameplay at the end. They just had 4 people come out and talk. And it is an E3, and I get that they want to do that, but let interviews occur, on your channels and your IGNs and stuff like that, and show your games at the events. I think that they're going exactly the opposite, because you see Sony and Microsoft are like, we're going to show a bunch of shit, and Nintendo in their direct, and well, Sony has their own event, so does Microsoft, but a lot of the other companies are far more direct in what they're showing, and it was very weird to sort of see this. But I do have to say that I think out of all of it, the no microtransactions in some of the games and some of the things they said were very cool. Anthem was a little odd, because they're like, it's all all the microtransactions are cosmetic, and I think companies are using that as some fucking linchpin and some cornerstone of their argument against gamers. It's like, no, it's all cosmetic. Well, if your guy has 4 fucking basic colors when he starts and he looks like goddamn board game pieces, then
how you can make them your own.
Yeah, my warrior or my suit of armor, they're gonna always want to get those, the cooler skins and stuff like that. So in a way, you do the same thing. It just depends on how updated they can be when you don't buy stuff that matters to me. I mean, I'm not totally against cosmetics. I don't love them, but it's better than them saying, you're gonna be able to buy, extra experience points and shit, which we see in a lot of games. Yeah. Let's see. So beta's available. Madden on PC was awesome. I was stoked to see that, because Madden has not, like they said, has not been on PC for a while. So that's fucking awesome. And I'm sure with I would love to hack it and see some mods for Madden on PC. That'd be awesome. Got basketball hits. Put hockey players and basketball players in there running around.
Bring back the Houston Oilers.
Yeah, exactly.
Rename the teams.
Mod in the old teams. So to me, that was actually interesting to see that coming out. But the Star Wars also, guys, man, that was the worst announcement for it's Star Wars. Of all the things in the world, you don't sit down next to a dude and pretend it's an organic conversation, which also some people need to learn how to talk in front of cameras. And we get this a lot of times where they don't. And it's like, you've practiced multiple times. I'm not saying that you have to be perfect, but it certainly doesn't seem like a lot of practice was taken in just making sure people could talk and get their point across. Because a lot of times I was left going, why did they talk? Not that there was an issue with the presenters themselves, but just that the data wasn't really given out. Or the fact that they showed that trailer for the interesting dark game, Depression Battle Royale, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. They showed
Sea of Solitude.
Sea of Gears, whatever the fuck they're going to call it. But that game, to me, it looked really interesting. Then they're like, hey, let's show the actual video at the end, and the video caused me to be more interested. I would have much rather had them do the video while she's talking, or do the video, do the video then her talk. One of the two.
Right.
Yeah.
But
that's what they should have done.
Yeah, they definitely should have. So looking at bingo, we got Star Wars Battlefront 2 DLC, so we hit that. Titanfall 3 was not indicated at all,
surprising.
Right? No Titanfall 3. Anthem gameplay we saw. Mirror's Edge game, no. Very goofy sports game. You could technically consider the Command and Conquer sports game, at least to me.
eSports.
Totally new racing title. I was stoked. I thought there was going to be a new racing title. I don't know why. I was just like, it's time for them to fucking do something crazy. That wasn't
beyond
done.
Need for Speed.
Beta available to play now. We'll consider that done because there were multiple betas plus Unravel. Very good. Let's see. Anthem faked multiplayer voiceover. I was actually going to say this when they were playing that. Was that supposed to be all the robot and the character talking? Because when the girl started talking, it sounded like a voiceover for a second. It sounded like somebody.
I don't know. It just confused me. I didn't know who was talking. Was it that person or something else?
Yeah. So
I think that was just in-game dialogue.
Right. And then BF5 YouTuber gameplay, which we did not see. I don't think we didn't see that at all. But it doesn't matter. I'll still give $100 to Cancer Research. We're gonna. I decided I'm gonna do a minimum regardless. So whether we hit a fucking bingo or not, I'll give at least $100 Cancer Research. Always got to fix that. Always got to throw some money at cancer. Fuck cancer.
That's one thing I had an issue with. Is the fact they didn't even bother to show a little bit, a taste. No, not Of course, no one likes cancer. Obviously,
well, let's hope not.
Going back to
not so much
to the gameplay they did show, regarding that Rivals game, that cheesy, Command and Conquer in name only. They show that. Yet they could have showed us a quick match on one of the maps of Battlefield 5 between players, because they're going to have something like that at this.
Exactly.
And they're doing FIFA right now, so.
They did also indicate some stuff for Xbox. I know that the rumors that I heard was that a lot of companies are going to do the Xbox stage. There's a couple reasons. One being,
that's
of
tomorrow.
course, and one of the reasons being, of course, that right now is a much more powerful system than the others, and so they want to put your best foot forward, kind of thing. And I'm sure Microsoft was like, "Hey, can you hold this stuff back?" Because EA does it early. They call it EA Play. Microsoft does theirs early. Sony, or Bethesda does theirs early. So it's like, I don't think they have as much of a, we want to just show it on ours. So I would assume tomorrow on Microsoft's we'll see, a good number of some of these games more developed. It certainly sounded like Battlefield would be shown. I think they did indicate that, right? Didn't they say?
I think it was going to be the Microsoft one.
Yeah, so that'll be cool to see for sure. Any closing thoughts on any of these? I don't think it was a very great starting to E3, but I don't think it was the worst. It just certainly hit with a sort of a dull thud to me.
I would say that my expectations for E3 was low to begin with, so in that regard, they really didn't disappoint.
Thanks for shooting for the middle, people.
Yeah.
Good job. Success. Let's fist bump mediocrity. Here's your award. Here's your award for just showing up. Thanks. Here's a pat on the back for just being here and putting on your jersey, not backwards. Moving on from there, we're going to close this out. I do want to say thank you to everybody who watched. Thanks to everybody who's ever, been a subscriber, even if you hate my shit and you're not a subscriber and you're here just to be an ass.
Yeah.
That's cool too.
Yeah.
If you are a patron, I definitely appreciate it, especially with all the demonetized videos. You guys are helping out and keeping the channel going, because without you, it wouldn't be here. And thanks to anybody who subscribes to GB's channel. He's got his own YouTube channel, and Takedown has his. Where he can put his in the chat if he wants. He doesn't do a shit ton of stuff. But GB's not too much, but it is always enjoyable. I will say this: if you want craziness, watch a Takedown stream, because you may not even know what fucking game you're watching by the time you're done. He may just stream his own bedroom, which is questionable all by itself. But
tomorrow, yeah.
What were we gonna say?
Before we wrap up, mention tomorrow's Xbox.
Tomorrow is Xbox.
Just to let people.
Yep.
Yeah, tomorrow's Xbox, so we'll probably be doing that tomorrow.
We for sure will, and we'll be doing Bethesda's tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try to get Devolver Digital, because Devolver Digital, I devolved basically when that was occurring. And I was in
so much fun.
I was in Discord with you, just going like, what's happening right now? Whether you like Discord or whether you liked theirs or not, you know.
Well, here's what happened. We were so disappointed that night with the lackluster Bethesda conference. Hopefully tomorrow night will be way better.
Right. Yeah.
I think it will be. That we were just sitting there going like, was that it? And then all of a sudden we found out about the Devolver one happening. We tuned over to watch it, and it was just like off the wall insane.
I still don't even know what I watched. I don't want to watch it a second time because my memories are sort of ingrained about the weird shit I thought I saw. But I remember going into the Discord and just being like, what is anybody watching this? Like, what's happening? And then more and more people started posting, going like, oh my God, I have no clue what is happening in this entire stream. And it just continued the entire time. I think it went on too long, but I think that first hour was primo. It was that taking the piss out of people without being, you don't have to be an asshole personally to people. So, but you can do it to the companies or to the goofy shit that happens. And you putting that in the Twitch chat?
Yeah, it's 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Okay, my bad.
Cool. All right. Well, that is it for us. Once again, I absolutely thank you guys for showing up. If you want to donate, those links are in the stream. If you want to subscribe, they are as well. If you don't, see you tomorrow, possibly. Peace out.